Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, everybody? This is your host, Romey-Mak of the Romey-Mak 2 Cent Show, and this is my interview with Rome segment. So I want to thank everybody for listening in for that. Today's have a special guest. If you're into comics, you're into, gaming, whatever, collectibles and all that, this show is just for you. I have my man Marcos and the rest of the group Collector Zown on the line with me today, so it should be very, very fun. Very interesting, and we'll get to explore different things. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce my man Marcos to the show. What up, bro? Oh, I forgot. That's my bad. I meant to put them live on the air. All right, sorry about that. Hey, well, that's my bust on that one. Yeah, but Marcos, want to introduce you to the show, man. I'll let you introduce everybody else that's on the line, bro.
I don't know if everybody else called in. I'm Marcos. We got hopefully Justin. We got Nick and Adam if they're all here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you, bro.
Good stuff.
All right, cool. Let's get. All right, seems like everybody's we got everybody on the line. We got Marcos on the line. Who else is on the line?
Yeah, you should have Nick over here.
We got Justin.
Adam,
Marcos. All right, so cool. So right now it's just Romey-Mak, me, the host. We got Marcos, we got Justin, and we got Adam here. So, yeah, fellas, man. So I want to ask you, how's it going this evening? How you guys doing?
Couldn't be better, man. Couldn't be better.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm good.
Awesome, man. Good to hear, bro. We'll get right to it, man. I'll let obviously all three of you guys get your own explanation. But what is the group, the company Collector Zown? And I'll start with Marcos.
You gonna start with me? Okay. Collector Zown is it's a business we started. There's about there's 7 of us. It's kind of a evolution of stuff. So we kind of right now at the moment, Collector Zown is a growing kind of like e-commerce business, which sells. We don't just sell, but we kind of hold hands with the collectors, and we kind of just mainly focus on like Funko Pops right now, like Funko products, and we're expanding to like action figures and stuff like that. So Collector Zown right now would be an e-commerce company.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we just got another caller on the line. Who else we got on the line? I got Marcos, Adam, and Justin. But who else we got on the line now?
Nick's here as well.
Hey, Nick. Welcome to the show, man. It's good and great to have you guys. Blessed to have you guys on the show. It's gonna be good. Obviously, for us to converse and and learn, who you guys are. Introduce that, to my audience. Really, I understand you guys have done a podcast before, so that's pretty cool. So how did you guys get your start? I'll let whoever wants to speak on that one. Feel free to do it.
Well, we really started off with digital cards, playing it as a game. If you want to take it, you absolutely can.
No, man, it's all you. You got it.
So, that was really how we all started off, was just a card trading app that we were all kind of playing, trying to beat each other to the cards. And, from there, Marcos kind of dove in and realized there actually was a market for resale of these. So, and that's where, we just started expanding from there.
Oh, nice, man. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. So let's get to this. Obviously you guys being a group. So how long have you guys known each other?
I know. Do I know Justin? I know you longer than Nick, maybe by a couple of months.
A little bit, yeah. It varies quite a bit. I got some childhood friends. Some of us met as work friends for a couple of years, but we all just kind of stuck. And then, kind of bonded, and then, kind of grew even closer with what we have going on now.
So the connection, how it goes is I know a couple of buddies who are not here, Jose, Chris. I know those guys from, starting high school. I know those guys. Justin, Nick, we all work together. Sean as well. He's not here. We all work together, and then through Sean, we met Adam. So year-wise, I don't know, Justin. How much do I know you? It's been a bit.
Oh, probably what? Good 4 or 5 years now?
About 4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so some through high school, and I imagine you guys age ranges like who's the oldest, and then I say the youngest between you guys.
I would end up being the gray fox or the granddaddy. I'm 40.
Yep. And I'm definitely
okay.
a baby over here. I'm 27.
Oh, okay. So 27 to 40. All right. That's not a bad age range, as far as like, audience range for you guys, as far as like for those that, they grew up in the 80s, for those who grew up in the 90s and stuff like that, so it's like, you guys kind of cover some ground. Okay, let's see. So like for the ones that grew up together, I say Miami, which is where I live right now, you know what I mean? So shout out to 305. You guys being on the show. What was it like growing up in Miami for you guys?
Miami. I'm the only one now here on the show from Miami. So growing up in Miami. Well, first of all, growing in Miami, you got to say what part of Miami. So basically Miami Beach. We did mostly Miami Beach, really, to be honest with you, Collins and 71st, 79th Street. So growing up when I was a kid,
did you just shout out your cross streets?
Yeah, man, you got to. You got to. I was in daycare there too. I remember 79th Street. Gotta love it. That's when Chris hears this. He's gonna love this too. No, seriously, Miami. Yeah, it's totally different than what it is now. There was no, Will Smith, singing about it or anything,
right,
nothing.
Right.
It was just regular stuff, man. We were just didn't really care. We didn't really care what the clubs were. We just kind of went. They let us in. We were always on the beach. We were always chilling. And then all of a sudden, there was no, we had a section of high rises, but our section was still, untouched until all of a sudden, everything blew up, man. I wasn't there when it blew up though. I left, so. It was kind of crazy, but it was fun.
Right. Okay. Cool. And I obviously don't want to leave out the other fellas. Where did you guys grow up? That didn't grow up in Miami. Where did you guys grow up?
Go ahead, Nick.
All right. Well, I grew up in Madison Heights, just a few miles north of Detroit, actually.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not as rough as it sounds.
No. I mean, my kid lives up there with her mom in Detroit. So yeah.
Oh really? Okay.
Well, we're about Detroit.
You familiar with the area then?
Not as much.
Just
I've been to 7 Mile. I came there to visit a few long. I want to say, wow, it had to be like 2006, 2007 range, and she lived on 7 Mile, that area, so the east side.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
What about you, Justin?
Well, I mean, I'm the one who grew up on the west side of Michigan, so a little town called Kalamazoo. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Oh man, dude, I know where Kalamazoo is. A guy that was I'm sorry not to cut you off, man. A guy that came to my job. He was from Kalamazoo, so we was talking about that.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, good deal, man.
Yeah, man. Whenever I hear Kalamazoo, I always think about that Glenn Miller song. The song Kalamazoo. But go ahead, Justin, man. I'm gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, just grew up over there, born and raised. Went to college over there at Western Michigan. Shout out to my Broncos, and moved over here, and that's about it.
Okay, cool.
All right. I was less exciting than even that. I grew up in Waterford, about 5 minutes from where I'm at now, and kind of been always around here.
Well, born and raised, man. You gotta love it. If you love where you're from, that's
hey, you gotta love your hometown, right?
He totally.
Exactly,
hey,
man,
Justin.
exactly.
He totally didn't even count the fact when he was in a Insane Clown Posse, dude.
I like how you brushed out like was. I'm still a juggalo.
Oh man, like for me, I grew up in I would say the last spot that where my dad was stationed, and we didn't move anymore. My dad was in the Navy, but the last spot we went to was Suffolk, Virginia. That's where I grew up. So they call it the Peanut City. It's a little small. I would say like a small town. It's split up between North Suffolk and South Suffolk. People are great. It's more like a black and white town. So, and there's like sprinkles. There might be sprinkles of Latinos here, and then like maybe a spot of Asians, but that's pretty much it. It's a black, it's black and white town, that area. Yeah. And, but I mean, it's been cool. I mean, it was so cool moving to Miami back in 2008 because of the cultures that were down here. I live in the area. I mean, I'm in Homestead, which is just like maybe I would say 20 minutes south of Miami. But like to see like the different cultures, I do notice there's not that many blacks down in this range. But make it work. And and there's not many whites either, so it's like the opposite. It's definitely a lot of Latinos, and I've met a few Asians, but mostly Latinos. But it's pretty cool. I picked up I picked up Spanish in high school, and just being around my best friend who is both Puerto Rican and Jamaican, and just from talking to his family. So it's fluent now. It's second nature to speak it down here, man. But that's pretty much my story. So let's get back to the focus on you guys. What inspired you guys really to just start this company?
Me.
Came from
me, all me. It was all me.
Oh, God, this again?
Nah, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. What happened was, sorry about that. Just what Adam said about the digital card thing. It kind of, we started with that app, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, we put it on eBay. I had to learn all the eBay stuff and everything. And then I was like, hey, guys, make money off of this. And then all of a sudden, we evolved to, what was next? I think it was like experimenting with some other products. And then we knew we had to get away from the digital thing. And then I just kind of really talked them into it, to be honest with them. I kind of typed something up really quick about how we can make this go. And they kind of actually, liked it, and it started working. And we've been working on it ever since. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. From when we first started off, it was a no risk venture. I mean, because we were running it all through the apps, and the apps kept expanding to, baseball, football, UFC now. So we were able to really just get into it and kind of see how it played out.
Right. Okay. Cool. So what would be what is the overall goal of the company?
Take over the world.
There you go.
We all have the same goal.
Right now. Right now I think our main goal is to kind of open up our own store, physical location.
Yeah.
Something beautiful. That's our our idea. Our own place, home away from home, I guess you would call it.
Sweet.
For the most part, we all kind of had the idea that we can always work for someone else. But we kind of wanted to have our own thing. We're our own bosses. Make something sustainable. I mean, right now, we all bust our ass. We all have second jobs. Technically, Collector Zown is kind of like the second job. We all have full-time jobs. Collector Zown. So just kind of making that something that can kind of support us has kind of been a goal at least for me. Kind of from the beginning, do something that we love.
Nice. All right. So who are your guys' target audience? Normally, what are you guys gearing towards?
Oh boy, that's a question. I don't think we have an exact audience. I mean, for sure, anybody who collects. I mean, because right now we're really heavy on the Funko line. Anything Funko makes, people gravitate towards us because we have so many of their products. So, but they're always collectible. I mean, we can statistically, man, I don't know. At times it's always females buying, and then a lot of times, it'd be like it's never kids, to be honest with you. It's really, I would say, 20 something and older. So it's never a kid going, hey, I want that toy. It's not really like that. These are like legit collectors who, some don't really care, some do care, some are more serious than the others. So a targeted audience, man, it's everybody, to be honest. There's so many kinds of people. Whoever comes to us, we just try to help them. So
right.
Anybody with disposable income.
Yeah, so pretty much like Steve Carell's character in 40-Year-Old Virgin with all those collectibles, those type of guys.
Those are our people, man. Those are our people.
Yeah, they're people.
Yeah, man, he had a pretty decent fucking collection, man. I have to say, man, that collection was fucking sweet. So with so many guys like obviously involved in the business, man, how often do you guys like quarrel amongst each other?
I mean,
Adam can take this one. Adam, take it.
Well, I mean, we have our debates. Sometimes they're a little feisty between us, where, again, everything we do is over text message and Messenger. So again, sometimes the context of what someone's saying is not always conveyed, but we usually hash things out pretty quickly. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anybody hold a grudge or carry it beyond just a text message, where in the end we all just tell each other, screw off for a few minutes, and then we're right back at it. Because I mean, ultimately we all do have the love for each other, and we all want this to succeed. But again, you get 7 different people rowing a boat. Somebody occasionally is rowing the wrong direction. So we hash it out and we squash it, and we just keep moving.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear, man. I come from a background where communication is like not the strongest. So like growing as an adult, like learning to communicate with others whenever you have issues, because what you're used to is like people saying how they feel, getting upset, and then you just leave it how it is, and you never really resolve anything. But that's good. It's like to you guys can resolve stuff, and then just move on and say, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and either be all in or all out, one of the two, right?
That's pretty much it. If you're either in or you're in the way.
It's really what it is. Yeah, we can't afford to have any kind of toxicity, hanging around or anything like that. Got to squash it quick and move on. I mean, after all, first we are friends, but it's a business as well. We got to think of it that way too.
Yeah, that's the rough part when you do business with friends, man. So you have to remove emotion from it and use nothing but logic. You know what I mean? That's a lot of people are unable to do, because again, you get the emotional side, and it's like, oh man, I thought I was your boy, or we're supposed to be cool, but it's not about you right now. It's about the business, and you always have to keep the business first. That's number one thing, man. Even in my line that I plan to do, with the podcast, career path, it's one of those things where you have to remove, emotion. You're gonna have to talk about certain things. If you feel like it's not up to snuff, then we got to discuss it and say how we feel is going forward. So I totally get where you guys are coming from with that, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's a fine line for sure.
Yeah. I know I got 4 of you guys here on the line, but how many people are involved with Collector Zown right now?
7.
7. All right. Cool. And so what products are sold at Collector Zown? Now, I personally have seen the website, love the website you guys are doing, even just getting started. You guys are a lot ahead of me, because I'm still working on my website being released. But so what as far as like my listeners, what products can they find on a full at Collector Zown?
Let's see. Like I said, we're I don't know if you know about pops and stuff, but those little pop figures are huge. We have some, we specialize on those right now. Like anything Funko. Funko makes like wobblers and a bunch of bobblehead stuff and the pops and other action figures, and there's a bunch of shirts and exclusives, and you can really run a lot of stuff just with those products from that company. We do have Entertainment Earth stuff coming in. I mean, we're branching out now. We have like a lot of like Harry Potter stuff and Lord of the Rings stuff, and just you can't sit here and just list all of them. You'll be here all night. So
right.
Like banners to replicas to just collectible stuff. And somebody watches a movie and they're like, oh man, I wish I had the Marauders map from Harry Potter. Well, there is one out there. Here it is. Stuff like that. You can imagine Game of Thrones, anything pop culture. Yeah, we have those. We do also carry digital cards. That digital card market is just a beast in itself. It's just a phenomenon of like nature. Okay, you can make an own show just on that. Okay,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense in itself for a lot of people, and a lot of people, But that's our main stuff. So, but you can find that plus, geez, I don't know, other scattered things. Micro Machine here, maybe Star Wars figures here, just like that, stuff like that.
How about G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles? What else? What else did I grow up playing with? Wrestling, like wrestling action figures. That was big for me. I'd sit there, I'd watch like, I don't know, Home Alone 2, or Ninja Turtles 1, 2, 3, back in time, whatever, and just play with wrestling. That's all I did. Growing up as a kid, I would say from like ages 4 to 9, because by the time you hit 10, you start to get the cool kids telling you, dude, you're too old to be playing with wrestling men or some shit like that. But I definitely had my fair share, I would say, of action figures and collectibles throughout the years, man. But so let's see what we'll move next to. Do you guys find yourself getting discouraged at all during this process? Because I know for certain it's hit me before. I got it to where I really didn't want to do this shit anymore. But you gotta find the strength to keep on going, man. So I'll ask you guys. Have either one of you have been like fuck it, bro, I'm not doing this shit? Pretty sure.
I think we've all been there at some point.
Right.
Definitely. Between pulling multiple cards, between what was it, last Sunday had to ship out 20 some odd orders to folks just getting back from vacation. So I'll definitely say at some point I think we've all felt that way to one way or another.
Well, definitely. Like for me personally, it comes down sometimes. Like Adam was saying. You get so wrapped up in doing things for CollectorZown and stuff that you can't. Sometimes put your personal life, and stuff like that kind of gets affected and put on the back burner a little bit. So I know there's been a couple times where I've thought about is it worth it? Instead of doing this, Marcos, all the guys can attest to we all used to play video games together and stuff like that. All that stuff kind of doesn't happen anymore. We kind of said, all right, put the video games away. We're going to focus on making money. And, there's been times where I've been like, man, what I wouldn't do to play my Xbox again.
Right.
Yeah, man. Who are you guys telling? I just started now. I'm into hockey now. So I play like NHL 17 on whenever. That's my way to get away, with everything, with the podcast or whatever's going on in life. I gotta play NHL. That's how I get through. Basically, my tough times. And I probably sound worse playing it than what's going on in life, because I get so fucking frustrated, man. I play with the Rangers and shit, and Lundqvist pisses me off a lot. That goalie. I love it, man. That's what keeps me away. That's what gets me away, and I'm like, okay. All right, let's go back and actually face reality, and do this shit, man. But
there you go.
So with all the orders you guys have been getting, man, what type of customer reviews have you guys received, recently?
Oh boy, on eBay we're I think we're reaching 5550, I think so. Yeah, we're over 5,000 something reviews, and that's our big thing. I think I can talk for everybody when it comes to like the thing that makes us different is that we don't just sell you something. We will, like, if we could, man, like magically we'll hand it to you, man. We know that a lot of collectors like stuff like perfect. They don't want it smashed. They want it, quick. They want it, right to them, exactly what they want. So we try our best to like customer service and like incorporate the collector to us. That's why we have that, Facebook page, the Cantina, so collectors can go on there and basically track and know for a fact that when they see something, they get it. So I know our reviews are 100% positive. I've never had anything, you guys cheated us or this is, none like that. And if we ever made a mistake, we've always fixed it. So, but that's what,
right.
That's we take a pride in that. That's huge. So reviews.
Well, part of our positive reviews is we get it out quick too. I mean, stuff doesn't sit with us for a week and a half before we finally get to do it. And I mean, Marcos and I try to ship everything, same day or within 24 hours. So, I mean, if you're like me, when you order something online, you don't want it to sit 2 weeks. You want to get it today.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me, at least for me, I'm a big Amazon shopper, and like that whole thing, being an Amazon Prime member or the 2-day shipment, love that shit. So, like, before joining Amazon Prime, I used to just order stuff, like everybody else does, if that's not a Prime member. And I remember one time I ordered something, dude, it took like fucking 30 days to get I went to like Japan. I think it was like a bunch of wristbands or watches or something like that. It came in. It took like 30 days for that shit to get to the house, man. And I think it still came back wrong. But I just kind of like, I just let it be. I was like, man, it's been a whole month, man. I'm not doing this shit again. I'm going to wait another month to get this thing again. So I just kind of let it be. But I love the type of service, that, Amazon Prime does. And now even what I guess Walmart is like, trying to compete with that shit. Where they have I think they have like a 2, it might even be a 1 day, but I think it's like a 2-day shipment thing, and they don't charge you. You don't have to be a member to do it, but you have to spend at least, I think, maybe $30 or something like that. So Walmart, they like to cut out the middleman and put companies.
Walmart's going to give Amazon a run. Yeah, they're going to give Amazon a run for their money for sure.
Oh yeah. I've
tried that Walmart. 2-day thing, and you got to be real careful, man, because they sell things on their website and stuff that come from other stores. They don't come exactly from Walmart. And you can like start, I want this, I want that, I want this, and all of a sudden your shipping is free. You hit the checkout, then your shipping is like $45, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? You didn't realize everything's not coming from Walmart. It's coming from.
I just ordered a shirt from them. Took a week and a half to get. Yeah,
so it ain't working yet.
Wow, man, a whole bunch of that. So they got other networks that are tied into. Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's the same thing you get though with most big box stores where, again, they don't actually carry the product in stock. It's actually being shipped off. I know Best Buy shows stuff being fulfilled by other companies. Same with Amazon. You looking at Prime, all of a sudden you see, well, it's actually not through Prime. It's actually fulfilled by, Joe Schmo. Where with us, when we're selling you something, up front it's a pre-order, and we're going to give you our best time frame that we get on the product, or it's in stock, and again, you buy it today. By the time I get home from my normal job, I'm probably having it out the next morning in actually the mail to you.
Right.
Basically, you guys need to stop dicking around and order from Collector Zown, man. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying here. You guys need to get
game straight.
If you're listening, make sure you check out Collector Zown. Let's see what else. What is I might have asked, sorry. What's the worst thing that a customer has said about the company, like about your company, like as far as like an order or anything? I know you guys got 100% pretty much a good reviews, but like I know you guys said you had an issue one time and then you just fixed that real quick. But so what probably would be the worst thing that that a customer has said to you?
Ooh, that's a good question, man.
It's tough.
That's a tough one because we don't really get. I mean, we get there's mistakes here and there, things that happen between, especially digital cards. Digital cards sometimes whack out on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
we've had
and then
issues
maybe
for some people, you know, who are a little older, who don't really understand the digital card market. You know, we've resolved it with them, but, you know, we've had some people think that we were trying to scam them. They didn't think digital cards existed. They were like, well, why would I buy something that's digital? You know, they didn't understand the market, you know. Then, you know, Marcos, you know, kind of is our PR guy a little bit. You know, he, you know, smooths it over real quick, lets them know, explains it to them, and sometimes we actually we get them diving into the market and they start buying more things from us.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree
All
with
right.
that. That's the worst thing that happened to us.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
so
somebody
what
called us a scammer once.
Oh wow, scammer! Yeah, that's never good, man.
Take that seriously.
Yeah, I'm sure I would too. You know, this is your life, man. This is business. You know, I mean, granted, we all are doing like other jobs and shit, but we in one day hopes to do this for a fucking living. So, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, if we don't take it seriously, how's anybody else going to? You know.
Yeah,
that's right.
But yeah. So what's the hardest part about running a collector's company?
Time.
See, I wasn't going to say time. I was going to say sometimes just coordinating where everything is, because with us having 7 different people, you know, everybody has different product, and sometimes it's just, you know, remembering where it is or who has what. I would say sometimes that's our biggest coordination between everybody, is just, you know, making sure product gets delivered to our clients.
Okay. So what would be the go ahead.
No, he's right. I think it's that and time. Whoever said time, I think it was Justin. It's the time too, because we do so many things in a day. Like we all have full-time jobs, and then we get this job, and then all of a sudden, sometimes we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, you know, the time is just like, it's stretching, man. It's stretching more.
There's
and more,
never enough of it.
It's never enough of it, because this stuff is so, well, to me anyways, it's so much fun. It is. I'd rather be doing this and interacting with all our members in the canteen and stuff like that all day than doing that. And just don't have enough time. All of a sudden you blink, it's 11:30 at night, and then, you know, personal lives kick in. You're like, you know, get your ass to bed. Oh, okay.
So, all right, we know the hardest thing about running the company. So what would be the easiest thing about running this company?
Staying interested for me. I mean, this is stuff we love. You know, it's not really work. You know, it's not. You know, it's easy. It's just easy to stay interested. You know, you don't get bored of it really. I mean, at least for me, like I said, I don't know about the other guys, but, you know, it's easy to stay interested in it.
Okay. Anybody else want to touch on the easiest thing? Or are we all in agreement that that's the easiest part?
Easiest part for me would be interacting with the clients. I like talking. I like talking and hanging out, and, you know, just figuring out what they like. And I like interacting on the Facebook stuff and all that stuff. So this is pretty. That's easy to me. Just the interaction with the members and our friends in the cantina.
All right, cool. I'll ask this question to you guys individually. What did you want to be when you were a kid?
Here's the random one. When I was a kid. Yeah, Nick, you can go first. Nick, go ahead.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a cop, and that's actually what I went to school for originally, which is kind of crazy because if anybody knows me, I'm not a big confrontation kind of guy, so that kind of went the south way pretty quickly.
No confrontation.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Except for me, It's just there was no money in law enforcement.
Right.
Unless you're going to be a dirty cop.
Yeah.
Drug advice.
No, I don't do that. What about you, Justin?
Oh, man. I don't know. As a kid, I felt like I wanted to do something. I'd read something, I'd be like, damn, that's cool. I want to do that. Next day, I'd read something else. I'd be like, oh, no, I want to do that. My parents always made fun of me because it was always something else. It was a different flavor every week. But one thing that probably stuck was I always wanted to be a vet when I grew up. I don't know what happened with that, but that was always something I had my eye on.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I think it was like I don't remember. I think it was like a firefighter or something. I wanted to be like a firefighter or something. Something stupid. Thank God I wasn't one. Didn't get paid shit being a firefighter. Yeah.
So nothing. Nobody wanted to be nothing too outrageous. I'll say for me, I wanted to do two things. I wanted to grow up and be a singer like Michael Jackson as a kid, and I wanted to be a wrestler like Hulk Hogan. That was life for me. Hope was, say your prayers, eat your vitamins and shit. While he was, little I know he's doing coke with Vince McMahon in the hotel room. All want
to be a real American.
I love these stories. You get, as you're an adult now, looking back at their lives, and as they tell these, they tell these these stories about their lives. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do, man. I was like, I'm going to be a wrestler, and I didn't make it to wrestling, but I'd say in the gym I can hold my own. I'll say that I can hold my own in the gym as far as that goes. So I can, me and Hogan could hang as far as like our diets go, and and working out. So I love the gym. So I love the weight room. So always in there. And as far as the music thing goes, that never gets old. You can do music as a hobby. So I intend, like I was telling Mark earlier when we spoke, I intend to like record, before the end of the year. So, hopefully that works out. We'll see if we can stick to that goal. See what else we can get to. Hold on. This freaking thing is acting stupid on me. Open up. Shit. All right. Has life gone the way that you hope? And again, that's another individual question for all of you guys. So yeah, I would say, has your life gone the way that you hope so far?
I guess I'll go first, Nick here. No, my life hasn't gone the way I hoped so far, but I've kind of jumped around from job to job since I left school. But I married the love of my life here, and she supports me 100% in this business, and hopefully one day I can be doing this full time, because this is what I really love.
That's awesome, man. God willing, you'll get there, brother. That's
Hopefully.
So whoever wants to roll next, man.
Yeah,
I mean, all right. I guess I don't know, kind of same thing as Nick. I don't think anyone's life generally goes according to plan. I know mine sure as hell hasn't. But really wouldn't change it for anything. I mean, the best part of it's the ride, right? So yeah, same kind of thing. Met my wife in college, moved over here to the east side, near Detroit, and bounced from job to job until I got a job working for my father-in-law, which is pretty interesting.
For me, yeah, all I care about is being being healthy, man. I think health is like a huge deal. So I count the blessings for that I'm healthy. Life is life, man. Up and down. That's a judgment call. Whoever, you can say, oh, you have a bad life, a good life. That's me saying it. Somebody else might say, no, you have a good life. So in my opinion, as long as I'm healthy, I'm good, man. So I can say, yeah, my life's good.
That's good.
Definitely can't complain about mine. I got 2 kids, got a house, got a job, got friends that I like doing business with. So, I can't complain about it. But absolutely, Marcos, I can't agree with you more, which is, everybody looks at everybody else's bowl and thinks it's better, but you never know what they had to do to get there.
All right. Cool. All right. For another individual question for all you guys, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I'm pretty sure you guys probably have the same idea of where you want to be, but for shits and giggles, man, we'll just hear everybody's.
Sure, I guess I'll start it off here again.
All right.
As I talked about earlier, what I kind of want to happen is we kind of want to open up a physical store. I want to be that guy that's hosting Friday Night Magic, being that nerd. I think that somewhere in 5 years I'd be happy with that for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
same. Pretty much the same thing as Nick there. 5 years, hopefully sooner than 5 years, but 5 years having our own physical location. Maybe at some point, maybe a couple of physical locations, we'll see. But having just doing this, still running a successful collectible store. Maybe expanding. I don't know, but just being successful here.
All right.
Yep, I'm all right with what Justin said. I rather have multiple places. Just to I would like to see that not just one store, but it's funny because once you learn how to do things, all of a sudden you learn something new, what the business can go. So you learn so much. So a couple of businesses, a couple of openings, that would be my goal in 5 years.
All right.
I would actually just duplicate what they've said, which is hopefully we can just keep expanding and our market keep growing, and we actually are an actual name brand that people recognize.
Okay. Cool. Mark, had you already gone?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay. I don't know if you had already said your piece too. Yeah. Okay. Let's
Kicking
see.
me out? I can leave. You can kick me out.
No. I think it's over here, brother. Do you feel like you guys have received the support you want from your peers? And that means, like you said, I mean, obviously you guys have answered that roughly already, from your wife, your kids, and stuff like that. But just for the listeners, you feel like you guys have received that support, that you need to get through.
That's hard to hear you because there's a lot of background stuff going on.
Yeah, it is. Somebody's unwrapping the sandwich.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Yeah.
Come on, Adam. Damn.
Hey, I was taking care of the Punishers.
Yeah, but don't do that right
boy.
now. See, this is why I scream at people, man.
See,
there you
go.
go. Go back to
Always
the
works.
right up front.
Got that Carl live on air, man. This is what the show is all about.
Right
man.
here. This is drama, real drama.
Oh yeah, man. Look out for that reality show on Bravo in about 5 years, man. Looking forward to that.
The dude is rapping shit live radio on.
Absolutely.
Radio. He's still doing it. You can still hear him. Look at him. Oh yeah, he didn't learn his lesson. He's just gonna keep going.
It is not me.
You can mute him if you want, man. He's not important.
Yeah. So do you guys feel like you received that support, from your peers as far as that roughly what you need to going forward with everything? Everyone is all roughly behind you guys, trying to get this thing, understands what the importance of getting this business off the ground and what it's going to take, to get to that level where you want to be.
Ooh. Peers like family and stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like family, friends, others that are
the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Well, from my end, yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. But I know, I know it's Justin Nick better be saying so.
Hey. Just because my wife doesn't want to move halfway across the state to open up a store. But she does help out, though. She does help out quite a bit. She when I'm not home or I'm busy on call with my other job, sometimes I got to work doubles. She'll open up my apps. She'll handle things while I'm gone, out of the house. So I love her for that.
Awesome. We do support love here on the Romey-Mak 2 Cents podcast, so that's always great. Love is definitely encouraged. Okay, for you guys, what makes your business different from other like similar businesses? What makes you guys stand out more than anybody else? If anyone, like
I think it's being personal. I think hands down, like, you buy something from us, you're not just a number, you're not just, money in our pocket. We actually go out of our way to, communicate, develop relationships. Before the show, I actually had a guy who posted in our cantina. I commented on it. He added me as a friend, and we chatted for like 30 minutes before the show about Game of Thrones. Never met the guy before, but, had a developed relationship with him now.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good, man. So
Yeah.
on a personal level, that's definitely good in today's business. Customers want to feel closer to the to the things they love. Especially with like celebrities. I mean, that's sometimes that shit can go a little too far. As far as like how they talk. They like some of the fans. I mean, people you call fans also can be your haters or whatever. Like people that want to see you fall and shit, and they just say the most arrogant, outlandish shit, to get a reaction. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that you just got to take in stride. Understand that people are going to do whatever they can to get a reaction out of you. So
I mean, for us, I think it's also cost us something you pay and value something you get out of us. I mean, you're not just getting, the product. We're actually reaching out to you like, hey, we actually got these in. We've just added this to our product line. We're trying to actually get more out there to our clients, so nobody's sitting there, left in the dark of not knowing what's coming out. We'd rather get out more to you, so you can actually, expand your collection if you want to.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a whole list. I mean, I have my entire phone is full of just people that I've interacted with, and I can tell you who likes what. This guy likes horror. This guy likes Star Wars. This guy likes Ninja Turtles. Oh, this guy loves his Justice League. I know one guy just wants Wonder Woman's. Okay, there's 12 different kinds of Wonder Woman's. That's okay. But just knowing them like that, and then just saying, not, you can always order. What's the difference between us and a Walmart or a Target or something like that? Yeah, you can order from them. You're never going to know anything about them. And when they bring you the item, it might be crushed, it might be damaged, and it's in these Funko products. It's very important that people do like the little box. They do like to display stuff. I don't think Target gives a shit if you want to display it or not. They sold it. You're done. And with us, it's you're going to get it. If it gets damaged, we're going to complain and get another one for you.
Okay.
And call you, hey, Bill, I got it for you. Or, hey, Johnny, here it is. So that's the difference.
Nice, man. So it's like that local mom and pop store. You run down there, say, hey, man, I need to get this. Like this guy, my wife wants this. I don't know, Jim in the what is it? The Jim in the holograms for like graphic tee. You guys got that or something like that? So that's pretty cool.
Pulling the gem and the holograms out, huh?
Yeah. So I guess this question kind of ties in probably what you guys have just mentioned. But what's your favorite part of the job of being involved with Collector Zown?
Nick,
do you want me to go?
Nick first.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, make it easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I particularly like our meetings. We have a quarterly meeting where we come in, refocus, talk about new stuff, start new ventures, what new products we're going to look into, what new jobs we can assign. It really is kind of like a refocus, to get us back all on track, Because sometimes life does happen, you get away from it a little bit, but, ultimately we want the same things, and we bring it into a meeting, and we get to actually come face-to-face, whether it be Skype for the guys in Florida or, Jose down in Arizona, because we're kind of scattered all over. So I think those meetings are kind of key and awesome, something unique we do.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we pretty much got the business questions knocked out. So now this is more like, getting more personal with you guys on the leisure side, and still somewhat related to your business because you guys collect. But for all you guys, I guess I'll go with Adam first, man. Marvel or DC, and why? And then we'll just pass it around to roughly everybody else. But yeah, for Adam, Marvel or DC.
See, I was always a Marvel guy. I mean, I collected a few things DC, but Marvel overall, when I was growing up, just had the better characters. You had Daredevil, you had the Punisher, Spider-Man was still there, but you just had overall I think better characters all around, better drawing, better storylines. At least when I was growing up.
Okay. All right. Let's see, Justin. Justin, we'll go with you, bro. Marvel or DC?
Marvel, hands down. Kind of like what Adam said. I don't know. Marvel just spoke to me. DC always kind of seemed outdated with like Superman and stuff like that. It just never really caught my interest, you know. But Marvel, I don't know. Marvel is just always right there with, you know, Spider-Man, Iron Man. I mean, all just as a kid. I mean, that's awesome stuff right there.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Nick?
I think you got all Marvel guys on the phone here.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
I like Marvel too. You know, Marvel's done a really awesome job with their movies. I feel like DC's trying to make a break for it, and they're doing some good things, but Marvel's still key on movies. So.
Okay. All right, Mark, man, it's on you, bro. So, go ahead and finish it off with the Marvel, I guess.
He's right. Marvel all the way.
Yeah.
I grew up Marvel. I love the whole, just everything was connected in Marvel, man. That's one thing I just couldn't stand about DC, and I do like a lot of DC stories. Don't get me wrong, DC has some really badass shit, but Marvel had the fact that if Spider-Man, let's say Spectacular Spider-Man 155, Spider-Man gets a cold, you know what I'm saying? In an Amazing Spider-Man, you pick up an issue of that, he still has got the same cold. You know, he punches one person here, it just continues from all. So it makes you buy all the issues. So if you see the Punisher attack one comic book, it goes, hey, go buy this comic book. So it's just, the whole universe just kind of wrapped itself together, and they're doing that in the movies now. You know, it's just so badass in the movies.
Now, do you guys remember the Daredevil Punisher where they actually had interacting both sides of the same story?
I don't remember that, but I'm sure they. I don't remember that, but I remember
that was one of my first ones I bought.
Oh yeah, they did it so well, man. Like I remember in the '80s, anything they had with Marvel, they just, and all those like Acts of Vengeance and all these like 16-part stories, you got to buy like 5 different kind of books. They all connected perfect. DC, on the other hand, shit, Batman's fighting 5 different people in 5 different issues. So I'm like, I'm okay with that.
And DC had to keep killing their people off to get people to keep reading it.
Okay. Adam, the DC hater.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like there's some kind of issue with DC right now. But for me, fellas, I'm with you guys. I'm with Marvel, man. I'm Hulk. Anything Hulk, man. I'm after it. You know what I mean? Like that's my guy. So with you guys already knowing who my favorite character is, what about you guys? So Mark, who is your favorite comic book character or comic character?
Everybody knows that one. Magneto, number 1. Magneto all the way.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about Magneto? What I guess drew you to him, or attracted you.
Oh man, just the storyline's great because it's like. He's not really a bad, in people's eyes, he could be a bad guy or, like a villain, but in a lot of people's minds, he's just, he's the Malcolm X, He's the Malcolm X, and Xavier is the Martin Luther King. You see what I'm saying? 2 ways of doing things. Some people, just because he wants it that way, does that make him wrong or right? It's just a great storyline. And yeah, so it was just, the stories were great in the X-Men, and he was just a badass. I mean, I've never seen like comic books where Magneto comes in, just wipes them out. Yeah, I win. You got to go buy 2 more books before they win. Like, that's badass.
That's cool. All right, so what about Justin, man? Who's your character?
Oh, it's a toss-up. I was either going to go with Iron Man or Captain America, but I think Cap's going to take it. Just kind of like the ideal guy. They're just, selfless, always willing to help others. Just kind of, the epitome of what you want to be as a person.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, so we'll go with Adam.
So mine was always Daredevil. It was just, he had a great storyline and just, was definitely different between his Matt Murdock and his Daredevil personas.
All right, cool. And then last but not least, my man Nick, man, what you got?
Mine kind of fluctuates every every so often. But right now it's Wolverine. Logan was a good movie. Kind of like that.
Say, when Nick Mead just depending what movie he just watched.
Depending what movie comes out, he likes it.
I'm kind of whatever stuff I'm impressed by. I'm always it always swings me, But
right.
Logan was good. I like that. So right
like
now,
for me, when I think of Wolverine, I think about the cartoons, and I just hear him saying "bub," like that always drives me or whatever.
Smoking a cigar.
Yeah, man. So for each of you guys, which comic character relates to your personality?
I'd be the Punisher probably.
Yeah, Adam would be the Punisher. Yes, he would. Adam's full of hate. A lot of hate.
He is. Hate.
I would probably same thing with Magneto. God knows not to give me powers like that. God knows. Because, man, I would be calm and then just say, screw it, and just wipe fucking cities out. Just for the hell, I'm really just pissed. So God knows. God knows.
All right. All right, who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go. I'd go with maybe Bruce Banner. Let's go with Bruce Banner. He's kind of mild-tempered, but he's not the whole.
My man, right there.
I'm waiting to hear this.
Well, when you
wait, are you Bruce Banner that turns into the Hulk, or are you just straight up Bruce Banner?
I don't get angry very often, but when I do,
Nick Smash.
Yeah.
Yes, Nick Smash.
Man.
I've never seen Nick angry. One time. Well, he was drinking.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I see what you did there.
Go.
Justin, you're next.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sticking with my boy Cap. I don't know. I'd like to think I'm a pretty selfless individual. I kind of, obviously we all care for each other, but I care for all these guys. I'd do anything for them. Don't like to brag or anything like that. But also very passionate. When I think I'm right, or if I think something's right, I'm very passionate. I stand behind it. I kind of always try to see it through or push it through, whichever way.
Yeah, I agree. Good guy.
All right. Let's see what we got here next. Okay. Best. Who would be? I guess your best hero from you guys just following comics, and then your best villain of all time. I go with Mark, man. Started off.
Pick me. Oh man, villain for sure. I classify Magneto as villain, just because.
Right.
But a hero. Oh man, hero. I don't. We're still. This is comic books, right? This is about comic books, right?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
that's pretty much where it span from. You guys know it better than me. I was only cartoons and movies. That's all I got for as far as comics go. But you guys are into the books and stuff like that. So I would trust your word over mine any day.
Man, the best hero I've ever. Man, I would. That's a hard one. I would probably say a hero, like just all out hero. Probably like Superman. I'll go DC. Fuck, I'll go DC.
Wow,
Superman will save you. He's a hero. He will save you and die for anything. So I'll go with Superman.
Okay. Cool.
I go Batman.
All right.
No.
Now, does you look at Batman as like the villain, so the anti-hero, or you look at him as an actual hero?
I go with overall hero. I mean, he takes his charmed life, and he's kind of putting himself out there to risk it to try to overall make things better in life. He's taken his money, and he's actually not only trying to do something with it, but he's kind of going out there almost almost to an extent of maybe a little bit less smug Tony Stark.
Okay.
And then villain, you gotta go Venom.
Wow.
I pulled Venom.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
Venom.
okay.
Wow.
I pulled Venom. Woo.
Cool. Who's up to bat next?
Take it away, Nick.
Okay, I was going to tie in with Marcos here. Earlier, when I was a kid, one of my favorite comics was actually a DC comic. It's the Doomsday, Death of Superman, where all the Justice League and Superman all fight Doomsday. I think he's one of the worst villains ever, and he kills everybody. Just takes them all out. But hero, I would say comic books, Spider-Man, I guess. The only reason because he just make me laugh. Just reading the comics, make you laugh. They're lighthearted. Save people too. He was a good hero.
He did. He was.
Okay, so everybody's went now.
No, Justin.
Oh, no, I stood back, got to hear what everyone else said because that's a tough one, but I think Marcos will be proud. I think I'm going to stick to the X-Men for both of them here, and go with Magneto as a villain, and then Wolverine as a hero, and it's kind of just because both of them, they're such complex individuals. Like, they're not your traditional bad guy and good guy. Like, they both kind of tiptoe that line. It's a very fine line. Like Marcos was saying, Magneto's not necessarily a bad guy. People just don't necessarily agree with his way of doing things. And I kind of feel like that's the same way with Wolverine a little bit. He's just not your typical hero, like your clean cut, go out there, save the world type guy. Like, he has his own, prerogative, and, he's going to do things his way.
Right. Okay. For me, say best villain. It's funny. I think it's more so the parody of it that made him the best villain for me. But I would say the Juggernaut. With that cartoon shit that was very viral back in 2006. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. That shit.
Yep.
But even the cartoons, it was cool just to see him. And hero, I won't necessarily call Hulk I'm just putting him a hero in this one. But if I had to say my best hero, it's probably, I would say Gambit, just from him being that fucking cool. With cards and the whole on the meat and that Gambit was like that guy,
straight up Cajun.
Exactly, man. That's my best hero. All right, so us ranging from ages from 27 to 40. Ask each of you guys. We'll go Adam first on this as well. Who was your favorite Batman? And this is movie-wise. So you're talking Keaton, Val Kilmer. We don't count him, but
I don't even think he counts that one.
Christian Bale, and then Ben Affleck, and then obviously Mark West. So
put Clooney in there too. Don't forget Clooney.
Oh yeah. Clooney. Clooney as well. Yeah.
I don't think Clooney counts himself as a Batman, from what I read.
No. Yeah, you forget about it.
You know what, though? Here, I would actually go Michael Keaton in the very first Batman, because I actually remember going to see that in a sneak preview, just one of those when you used to call the movie theaters, see what times they were running shows on their answer machine, and managed to get to go see it on the sneak preview. So I'd go with Keaton in the very first Batman.
Okay. All right. What about you, Nick?
Well, I guess I'm probably going with my age range here. Christian Bale, not the newest one, but the new one. I still call him the new one. Yeah, he did a good job. He did a really good job.
He did a great job. Shit. Yeah, he did a great fucking job, man.
He adapts to any role, really. He really does.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Justin?
Yep, I'm gonna kind of with Nick and stick with our age range here a little bit, but I'm going with Christian on this one. God, he's a crazy fucker, but he does a great job playing Batman. I mean, you hear all the stories behind the scenes about how crazy he is, but puts out a good product.
Oh yeah. Cool. What about you, Mark?
Michael Keaton. Oh, the way Michael Keaton, man, the best, because I remember that too. Just like Adam, I remember going on 79th Street. That's right, I said it again. 79th Street, man.
79th Street.
I remember going to the theater right there, and I went in there, and we started, the credits, boom, lights went out. Boo! I remember it was out. We were done. We couldn't get everybody to get out of the movie theater, so I had to go back the next day. But I did love, that was my first, Batman movie. I was like, wow, this is just great. It was awesome. He did a good job too. So
yeah. It's a tall. I go back and forth with this between. It's like I love the nostalgia that Keaton was for me growing up. As a Navy brat living in Cuba and seeing Batman, and then as far as being when I saw The Dark Knight, that shit changed everything. You know what I mean? I Batman Begins. I actually saw Dark Knight first before I even saw Batman Begins, but I have both respect for both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, and then Ra's al Ghul, his character, he's badass, man, for teaching obviously Batman all these, everything that he knows as far as fighting goes, and but I would have to give it. I give it to Keaton too. I'll give it to Keaton, man.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I had to give it to Keaton, man. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. That's just always cool, man. And never get, I love the way that Christian Bale's character always had, whenever he spoke as Batman, he always had the mysterious voice and shit. And it's always like, where is he? That shit.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
But. Yeah, I have to go with that. Yeah, I love it, man. Love the Batman movies. All right, let's see here. Being that you guys are comic fans, what is regardless of movie and comics, who's Batman's greatest villain to you?
Bane.
Wow.
Who said Bane? Was that him?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, Bane. Joker. Has to be.
Oh, Joker. Yeah.
Joker for sure.
Yeah.
I was going to get real deep and say himself, but, this isn't a psychology show or anything like that, so.
You know who Batman's worst villain is? Is the Arkham Asylum. He keeps putting him there and they keep escaping. He keeps putting them there constantly. He doesn't change any prisons. He just keeps putting them there and they keep escaping. You know what I'm saying? It drives you nuts.
Yeah, I would say I would have to agree. Joker, just they need each other. That's just pretty much what it is, man. Joker and Batman need each other. I would say what's the worst comic movie that you've seen?
Green Lantern. By far.
I don't know. See, I was going to go with that. I was going to go with was it Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire where he went all emo and shit? That shit was horrible.
He was fucking walking down the street and on some BG shit, man. What the fuck was that, man? So I was like, all right, well, whatever. I don't know. We're jumping the shark with this one, man. But I went to go see that one too. So I remember that shit.
I don't know. What about the Superman back in the '80s with Reeves?
I love those.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't care if 1 through 3 was fine. I felt like 4. I didn't care too much for 4. I didn't care too much.
Oh, the Quest for Peace. Oh, that's good, man.
He threw all the nuclear missiles into the sun.
Yeah, getting stronger. He gets all buff. Oh.
But if I did have to pick for me, a worst comic movie, it'd have to, or it's right on the line of Superman. It's that Superman Returns with, what is it, from in 2006, that 3-hour shit for no reason.
Yep.
That was bad.
That shit was
Where
horrible.
Superman was a stalker, just kind of kept hanging out in a window.
Yeah, that shit was horrible. That shit was horrible, man. To me, I was like, why are we in here right now? You know.
I think mine would be the second Ghost Rider. God, the second Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage. I don't even know if you guys remember they made it. They made it.
I was going to ask you if they actually made one.
They had a second one. The special effects were a little better, but he's such a bad actor in that movie that you're just like, I'm done. He was so bad in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know many Nicolas Cage movies that I'm just like crazy over. You know, maybe Con Air or something like that. But
so I was a big fan of National Treasures.
Yeah. Yeah, he was all right actually in National Treasures. And what's that one shit with the City of Angels? Yeah, City of Angels and shit. I think that was the name of the movie with fuck is that rock group that did that song for him for that soundtrack. I forget. Yeah, but what's okay? So we know worst comic movie. What's the best comic movie you've seen thus far?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oof, I'm still thinking so. Pick me last.
Yeah.
Woof.
Man. I have to put.
I go with first Iron Man.
That started. I feel like that started the whole comic thing, at least for Marvel. That is. The Iron Man started everything. No one really. I don't feel like they put much emphasis into comic movies until Iron Man came out. Man, that shit. I feel like that set everything off. For comic movies. I mean, that Hulk movie was great with was it Ed Norton?
Yeah.
But and another bad comic movie we'll talk about real quick. That Hulk movie that came out with Nick Nolte in it. I went to go see that shit. That shit was horrible, man. Whatever. Nick Nolte, if you ever hear this, that's a horrible movie you put out, bro. I don't fuck with that shit. But I'd say best movie thinking about it, man. I know I put Dark Knight up there. I could put the Avengers up there. Definitely Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, because the soundtrack had me alone. I loved it. I loved the fact that I like, at least for me. I mean, you guys knew about the shit because you guys read the comic books, but me not knowing a damn thing about Guardians of the Galaxy. They did a great job, with reaching the audience. You know what I'm saying? It's like making everybody understand each other's character and how Drax is like, just completely honest, brutally honest, like all the fucking time. Like, you're ugly, but you're beautiful inside or some shit like that. He said on the second one. That shit was funny, bro.
I would say, for me, I think it's the Avengers, the first one. Because that's when they put everybody together, and that was kind of like a dream come true, and they did such a good job. It's like, wow, I can't believe I'm watching this. This is something like I was a kid going, man, I wish they can do this. And they did such a good job in that movie, so.
Okay, all right. I don't think everybody is gone though. We heard heard Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'd say Volume 1 for me. I'd have to probably pick Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 for me.
Yeah, no, those are all great. I mean, I'm kind of with all you guys on all of them. I mean, Iron Man kicked it off. I've been fortunate enough, like, a new Marvel movie always comes out within, like, a week of my birthday. So, like, that's been, like, an ongoing tradition since the first Iron Man. So I'd have to go Iron Man. That's my jam. It came out with my birthday, so I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, Iron Man was cool. line that sticks out to me with that is was it Red Machine, Red Machine or whatever. I'm not fucking up his name in that shit. But Jeff Bridges, like, Tony Stark built this in a cave with a bunch of scraps. That shit is funny, man. I was like how arrogant that Robert Downey's being Iron Man, his character was, man. Just every fucking thing. Yeah, that dude plays that shit to a T, man. Like, that was like the role he was made to play fucking Tony Stark, bro. That's his role, man. Love that shit. Yeah, Mark, you still thinking, or you already had said yours?
Oh, I said mine. Mine was Avengers. It's Nick who Nick is the one who didn't go.
No, I think
Guardians
of the Galaxy
Volume 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay.
Oh, he did? Yeah, so we all went. Yeah, I guess we all went.
Cool. And speaking of the Guardians, did you guys like Volume 2?
I thought it was better than the first one. I loved the first one.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Marcos. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna put it's all right.
That's where I am right now with it. I think I need to see it again. For me, I was expecting the soundtrack to knock me out again, like it did the first time. It's hard for me to it's hard to top that. I'm telling you, man. That them using Blue Swede for that shit. That shit was awesome, man.
It was good stuff.
That shit was great. And then Come and Get Your Love. I'm telling you, the entire movie, just loved that fucking soundtrack. And then Cherry Bomb, all that shit, man. I was like, this shit is great.
Yeah, the old school stuff. I loved it.
Yeah. And then Rocket's character is fucking great, man. He's like, that's the first thing you said that wasn't batshit crazy. That shit's funny. That shit was funny, dude. Yeah, so so everybody pretty much, I would say it wasn't a bad movie. I don't want to necessarily say it's better than the first. I think it's too soon for me to even say that. I have to watch it multiple times, as much as I've seen the first Guardians, but I liked it. I liked it. I liked the movie.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys think that Justice League will live up to the hype? The movie that's obviously is coming out in November. You guys think that it'll live up to the hype?
I like Jason Momoa or whatever his name is, the guy who's playing Aquaman. He's going to play that role. He's going to play the hell out of that role. Not a huge fan of Batfleck, so
yeah,
I wasn't a huge fan of the movie. How he just plays them, I don't know.
I mean, for the studio's sake, I hope it does. I mean, they can't really afford too many more bombs.
In my opinion, I think it's gonna hit the mark. I think because I think it's gonna start with Wonder Woman's gonna be a good hit. I got a feeling that Wonder Woman's gonna be pretty good. And then they're going to go right into Justice League. And the only thing I'm worried about is they kind of copy. Well, it's hard not to copy, what Marvel's already done, what are you going to have, a bunch of, space guys come in, who's your bad guy, and same old shit, it's. But I think they'll make a big hit. So the problem with DC fans is, don't hate me, DC fans, is, man, they're so, these characters are so beloved that they just, it's not even a word, beloved, whatever. I'm just telling you, they love them so much that if Superman's hair is wrong, they go ape shit. So they just dismiss these movies. But I think it'll make its money, man. It'll make its big mark. And if it bombs here, it's gonna make a shit ton in China. So expect part 2.
Awesome.
Okay. Adam.
I mean, so far, Batman versus Superman, the movie was not so good. I mean, that's the hardest part I think you run into is DC doesn't put as much into the story they did with the Batmans. but beyond that, when they brought back Superman, they didn't put as much in depth in the story. So far, the previews I've seen for Wonder Woman looks sweet. She actually played a good character in Batman vs Superman. Plus, also she's smoking hot, so that's always a big plus.
Yeah, that is true. I'll take Linda Carter over her though. That's just me, but you know.
So I mean, it's always going to be just in character development and how well they put it together. I mean, like I said, with Iron Man and the rest, and Marvel, they've gone deep to actually putting a good story together versus, you know, just throwing a bunch of special effects at everybody.
Okay. Cool. Everyone's touched on Justice League.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool. So we're definitely getting off topic with this one, but just somewhat on course because we spoke of Wonder Woman being a hot chick. But for you guys, what's the what's the hottest female in like Hollywood right now to you? Like, who's that one that stands out for you? That's your chick or whatever.
Damn.
I don't know.
We all
big at what's, you know. I know you guys are married men, you know.
I'll go with thumbs. Megan Fox. I still like her.
Megan Fox. Right.
I don't care how bad her thumbs look. I don't give a shit.
That is a great that's a great fucking choice right there for sure. Yeah.
I would probably.
Oh, my girl didn't hear me.
Scarlett. I'd probably choose Scarlett. My wife's looking at me. She's like, really? Yeah, probably Scarlett. Sorry, baby.
See, I go back and forth on Jennifer Lawrence. There's sometimes she looks smoking hot, and other times, you know, not as much. I mean, I just saw Passengers a couple of weeks ago. She looked awesome in it, and then there's been some other movies where just not so much.
Well, last but not least, I'm kind of out there a little bit, but I'm going to go with Emma Stone. I don't know what it is about her, but
that's different.
What?
But, yeah. I don't really hear. You know, it's funny. Not that anything's wrong with Emma Stone. I just don't really hear people like, you know, she doesn't really come up in conversations too often.
You know what? I don't know. I just think it's, you know, I don't know what it is. It's kind of, you know, she's a little different, you know, like ginger and stuff like that. She got a great, you know, personality. I don't know. I feel like she's
you like it when they
package.
sound like they smoked a whole pack of cigarettes, huh?
Hey, don't even come at me like that there, Jennifer Lawrence.
Wow. Yeah.
You too, thumbs.
Hey, Megan Fox is hot as shit.
Yeah, she is.
You can put gloves.
Come on.
You can just put gloves on her. Put mittens on her. She's still hot as shit.
I'll give her that. She was good looking in Transformers. I don't know about after that.
Yeah. Jennifer's body was a little different, a little weird. It's a horrible movie. We put that in that same category as that Hulk movie and that Superman Return shit. So never do it again. That's where we can put that Jennifer's body shit. For me, I would say I've growing up. It was a few, man. And you guys can touch on who you like growing up too. Like me, the teenager, you know, hormonal with all these hormones. Jennifer Lopez, man. Jennifer Lopez was like I had to have her. Vivica Fox, you know, like Independence Day, you know, she played the stripper. Let's see.
Strippers save the world.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, she could have played that role a couple more times. I would have been mad. Indeed, man. But you know, a lot of females hate this because they hate her. They see her too much, and they think she's dense as shit. But yeah, when I saw Kim Kardashian for the first time, dude, like I was like, who in the fuck is that? You know, like that's when I seen her. But even now, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she's still pretty, but it's just doesn't have that impact like it did the first time I saw her in 2007. Like for me now, the rapper Waka Flocka,
And if he ever hears this, man, this is no disrespect, man, but his wife, Tammy, she is fucking serious, man. If you get a chance to Google her, like Tammy, Waka Flocka's wife, Tammy, like it's just so little, light skin, curly hair, just beautiful black woman, man, beautiful black woman. Yeah, that's roughly it for me, guys. I don't know if you guys have anyone you want to talk about from childhood that you like, but yeah, that's pretty much me.
Bro, as soon as you said childhood, all I could think of was Olivia Munn on Attack of the Show.
Oh wow,
man, that's exactly what it was.
What? Who is that?
Oh, don't even.
Sorry,
She was.
I'll Google that.
She
too.
dated.
Aaron
Rodgers for like 4 or 5 years or something like that.
Yeah,
they had like just broken up.
Watch her in Alpha Dogs. She was great in Alpha Dogs. It was a great movie.
Yeah, I like Olivia Munn. Maybe the Packers will win now that they're broken up. That's what every Packer fan is saying right now, right? Go. Anybody else want to touch on childhood before we move on?
I don't remember too much. I don't know. I was into G.I. Joe, man. I was a kid. I didn't touch the boob until I was 16 and a half, 17, and then it went downhill from there, man. So I don't
16.
Downhill.
Late bloomer, depending on where you grew up, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was late.
I was 12. I was 12 when that.
That's not good. That's not good.
I wouldn't wish that on any being that early. I wish that on anybody, but shit happened, and it is what it is. Being I would say the ones that are I would say being from Miami. How did you feel when Dwayne Wade left the city for my team, the Chicago Bulls? How did that make the Miamians feel?
Well, I didn't like the Heat since Glenn Rice was on it. So,
wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I stopped. I kind of stopped watching a bunch of sports and stuff, man. I did like the Heat a lot when they first came out. Dwayne Wade, it is badass. I mean, he should go back. Quick contract to retire in Miami really quick.
I think that's about to happen this summer, to be honest, man. I really feel like that.
Yeah. I
was just telling my buddy EJ, works at the gym that I go to on base. We were talking about that. I feel like Wade will come back because Miami's missing that spark player. I feel that's the only thing they're missing. Whiteside is a beast on the inside, controls the paint, blocks pretty much anything that's put up, layup wise in his face. Deion Waiters is clutch. Dragic is a good point guard. So I feel like they're just missing that player that's going to replace Dwayne Wade in the city. So if they get like a nice draft pick this summer, get Wade to come back, and then he can like pretty much prepare him to take over for him, to take over his role that he had on the team, and then who knows. Then the fair weather Miami Heat fans will start showing up and, wearing your white hot Heat shit that they wear in the city. All that returns. It's sad. It's sad, man. It's sad to see the fair weather fans in this in this city. I never forget I was
Miami,
in a Buffalo. Yeah, I never forget I was in a Buffalo.
Notorious for that though.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
I remember when they did the Marlins Stadium, and then everybody was like, "Oh yeah." No one showed up to the Marlins Stadium. Nobody. And then they spend the big bucks for that team. They win one time, and then everybody goes broke again. So
that's
Miami is. Miami's just a business, man. Big business.
Yeah, Miami's still the place to be. They're just not like most blue collar towns. As far when it comes to their sports, there's other things to do here. But like cities like Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and even Detroit, for that matter, man, it's sports that's what counts. You know what I'm saying? That's like it means something to win in that city. That's gonna turn the city. It's gonna better the city. If Miami wins, it's a parade. Down there on what is it, Biscayne or some shit like that. But
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Or Bayside. It'll be a parade down there by Bayside, and yeah. So all right.
Bayside's a cool mall though.
Yeah, for sure. I understand you guys are gamers like myself, man. So what was like I would say for each of you, what was your favorite game growing up? For each of you. Go with Marcos, man.
Video game.
Yeah.
Growing up, Zelda was a shit. Zelda, yeah, and then you flip the cartridge around and the whole game changes. That shit was badass. Zelda, for sure.
Yeah, so. All right, cool. So what about you, Josh?
Oh, man, growing up, I mean, it all depends on what stage of life, but early on playing that Nintendo 64, I loved myself some Super Smash Bros.
All right.
That was the game.
Cool. What about you, Nick?
Ocarina of Time was something that revolutionized my childhood. I like that game so much. I still play that game.
Okay. All right, and Adam, what you got, man?
For me, I would actually go Castlevania 2.
Wow. Yeah. Castlevania. That's classic right there, bro. I'm totally with you on the fact of it depends on what phase of life. Just starting out, in video games. I got a Nintendo. I would say when I was 5, so 1990. Mike Tyson Punch Out, was definitely big for that. Mortal Kombat 2 for Super Nintendo. Sega-wise, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and then with PlayStation, it was WCW versus the World. And then with 64, GoldenEye. GoldenEye, took over, man.
Oh,
that was
GoldenEye.
That was the first Call of Duty, that's what that's the way people are about Call of Duty nowadays, man. That's, me and my cousins who would stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning, man. And just eating a bunch of junk shit and getting back to proximity mines, placing them in the bathroom. So whenever, they would always start you there in the fucking bathroom. Sometimes, so as soon as you start, you hear that that shit. It was good times, man. I really miss those days. But those are the games that that basically stuck out the most to me. Pretty much at the end of the interview with you guys, man. It's definitely been a pleasure talking with you guys, man. But I want you guys to lay a couple things down on listeners before we get out of here. What's a great quote that you guys live by daily, each of you? And I'll go with Justin, man, to start this one off.
I knew you were gonna do that. I've been just thinking about that. A great quote to live by. You know what? This just get geeky, nerdy, whatever you want to be, but I joke around with it sometimes, but I do like it is do or do not. There is no try. You're either gonna go out there, you're gonna get it done, or you're not gonna get it done. There's no in between.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Yoda. We love that, Yoda. That's great, man. Love that quote. All right, so all right, Nick, what you got now?
I'm gonna go with work hard, play harder.
All right.
So I'll stick with mine, which is either in or you're in the way.
Damn. Straight Punisher, man. Look at that. Ding, ding, ding. Damn. Mine would be life's too short. Life's too short. Stop fucking around. I made that quote.
I was just going to say, I've never heard that one before.
Hey, it's in there. It's in the Urban Dictionary somewhere. Life's too short. Stop fucking around. Done.
Let's see. Well, quote. I live by a lot of quotes, man. But really, for me in the line of work I'm in, man, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Really, that's pretty much what it is.
Amen.
Because you gotta like, again, when people, they'll start off, supporting you, shit. Oh man, we're happy for you and shit. And something bad happens, and then the shit starts to decrease. You don't hear from them as much, or shit like that. So it's one of those things where you truly got to believe in what you're doing, and there's no room to be really like discouraged on the shit. You got to stick with that, man. And just so if you like basically believe in yourself, or no one else will. That's probably like the quote. Gotta tell myself daily when I look in the mirror. All right, I say, okay, cool. So, pretty much that contact us time. So, you guys have, you guys, all four of you have like separate, like Instagram or Facebook or Snapchats or anything like that you share with customers, or is it just like that one, Collector Zown contact that you guys have?
Yeah, we try to keep it all one. We got the website. Yeah, I got the website, one Instagram, one Twitter. One big thing we're pushing now is that Facebook Collector Zown Cantina. So that's all we got.
Yep, can be reached on the Cantina. Personally, we also have email as well. We all have that at CollectorZown.com. Just our name, not at CollectorZown.com. But yeah, like Marco said, Instagram's just kind of one Instagram, one Twitter business page, and then like I said, Cantina. Join it. Come chat with us, hang out. Love to have people.
Okay. Cool. Well, and let's see here. And what do you want? What do you guys want fans, customers to remember Collector Zown for?
A great experience, great experience going to a place that you buy something and the freaking owners are talking to you. And, that is unheard of a lot where I come from. I don't see no CEO from Toys R Us coming and saying, hey, thanks for buying that, by the way. How you doing today? Oh, yeah, that's what you do. Watch your kids. Can I see a picture of your kids, stuff like that. So remembering great customer service, good time, interaction, a place also you can show off your collection. We like to show off that stuff. Give me some pictures, get personal, man. I don't care. Show me your kids. That's great. All that stuff. So, just a good customer, interaction.
Okay. Cool. So I'll ask you guys individually. Is there anything individually you guys want to say to your fans, customers before we close out the interview?
I mean, I'd say without them, there is no us.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just one big family.
And we're collectors trying to help out other collectors.
Yeah, and to close it out, I don't know, all that combined, to be honest with you. Well, learn from I don't know, just come talk to us. That's basically it. I mean, have a good time and figure out that you can get you anything. If we can't get you it, we'll help you out and have a good time. Basically, I mean, they've all said it.
So what advice could you guys give to somebody that would want to follow down the same path as you?
Business-wise, you're going to learn from your mistakes. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to find something that's a roadblock. You got to jump over it, and then find another roadblock. Think you're doing something good, and then you find out, oops, and you're going to feel like someone's against you. I won't say any names, eBay. But anyway,
that, and also have a good core group.
Yeah.
Whether it's your support system or just friends you're doing it with, but if you don't have the support, it's going to be a tough fight the whole way.
Yep.
And work hard, keep pushing. You make it eventually.
Yeah, I would just say just go for it. I mean, it's kind of like anything, if you're going to follow your dream. I mean, as impractical or as unachievable as it may seem, you're not going to know until you go for it. Just make it happen.
Okay. All right, fellas. That's good. I got a couple of people that that I know that I wanted to shout out before we close out of here. A couple of friends of mine that have their own businesses going and really just trying to get things moving as well. I'll get my friend out in Virginia, Janae Gardner has Anaz Treasures, which is an accessory line. Does really well. I would say probably bigger than that. We haven't spoken in a little bit, so I haven't got a chance to get updated as far as how far she's reaching now. As well, even here in Miami, a good friend of mine, Sandra, she has Sandy's jewelry box. I hope I said that right. She'll correct me, I'm sure, if I did say that wrong. Then a good friend of mine, a brother. Want to say Brownwater Porter in Virginia for Henny Music Group. My good fellas from the Air Force, Evan and John. They got a show called E&J Straightforward that's coming soon, and it's and that's roughly all I can think of right at the time. And anybody I didn't get, I'll definitely be sure to try to mention you next time. But you can catch me, Romey-Mak, on you can catch me on the Facebook.com/Romey-Mak2cents. I can be reached there on Instagram, ROMEY_MAK. Same for Twitter and also the same for Snapchat. But I want to thank my guests today. Collector Zown, four of the group, 4 members of the group. So I want to thank Marcos, Adam, Justin, and Nick for being a part of my show this evening. Man, it's been a pleasure talking with you guys, getting to know you guys as far as what you like, with as far as comics, your business, what you guys want to present to your audience. Man, it's been one hell of a ride, fellas, and I just I'm unable to thank you enough, for being on the show. So. If there's nothing else anybody else wants to say, man, we'll pretty much close out of here. Be sure to listen for more content. Check out my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to that as well. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, the other shows, The Locker Room, and then the show that started it all, Romey-Mak 2 Cents. Be sure to check that out. But this is Romey-Mak signing off from here, and I'll let the fellas say their piece, and we're out of here. You guys have a good one.
Peace.
Hey, you too, man. Take it easy, bro. Take it easy.
Bro.
Thank you so much, man.
Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Anytime.